Hello, welcome. This is a Dunster House Squirrel Fort. Only change is that seat, which they've also bought from them. There's a few bits and pieces on these. Dunster's gone all flat packed. So on the instructions now it does say when you're digging a hole you can concrete it. It used to just say that mud is good enough. Now it says put in some kind of ground thingy. I don't know, I'll find it in instructions, but it basically does say that you should kind of concrete it in, so just be aware of that when you're doing it. It's about £8–9 a bag now, I think, for post mix, maybe a little bit less. This has got 4 pegs on it, nothing's holding that end from wiggling, which is kind of okay, I guess. I would have another peg on one of them, but there's a few bits. So up here, 1, 2, and where was the other ones? 3, 4. Those bolts come through and they say that they're 170mm, i.e. 17 centimeters. They are the right bolts for the hole. However, when fitting, you are meant to have the bolt come through, washer, then the green bit, then another washer, then the lock nut. As you can see with that, the lock nut's only just getting into the plastic to actually lock. So all of these are meant to have another 3, 4, 5mm on it. None of them have got threads poking out, and all of them are squashed into the wood as it is, just to make them tight. It's a bit worrying that the only bit that they haven't bothered measuring up properly is the bit that actually moves, and the scary bit. Other bits, for example, this bit of wood, I've left a little gap there to try and hide this one. Look at those. That one's just squashed up a bit more because one of these legs bows slightly, but that means the other end you can see completely through. Now, this floorboard is the floorboard. I can't make it any smaller. If I sand this bit down, everything starts going wrong everywhere else, and even the roof won't go on properly. So this is a complete and utter manufacturing issue that somebody needs to add an extra few millimeters onto these 2 bits of wood. Don't know why they wouldn't. It's a bit upsetting, a bit boring, a bit silly. Ladder is so skinny going up. It's very, very small, obviously, to make the most of this tiny little set. It's just a random bit of wood just screwed in here just to stop the kids falling out. I think it's the critical fall height thing. You're meant to have a drop on there. And then this is just literally screwed in. Boom. So bigger kids, you could in theory lift it up if you don't want to stick with Dunster's regulations, but at least the kids can climb in and out. I think with a drop like that myself, with a slant like with the slide, you don't have to have that bit of wood in there. So I don't know why they just don't do away with it or put it higher. If you're going to have a big drop here with nothing going across it, I don't know. This one comes with a telescope and steering wheel. Again, you have to line up perfectly because this bit of wood is almost the same width as the actual bolt itself. Other than that, I mean, it goes in. It's a lot better than the old sets, but I'd still prefer building the old sets. They just went together a lot better. It'd be interesting to know what Dunster's done now as to why manufacturing has either changed, if they're building it in England or shipping these in from somewhere else. But playset's in, playset's done, playset's concreted. Couldn't get that peg in deep enough because I think there's something under their garden, so I have just lagged it like the old ones. I think you're meant to go through the bottom and then bolt it. Other than that, I mean, it does what it does, I guess. Cheap and cheerful little set, nice little entry level for kids, and just fits in the smaller gardens. Which, I mean, you can do these or you can custom build them, but you know, this sort of budget, it's probably one of the better ones off the shelf. I wouldn't be buying Wiki or Fat Moose or anything at this end of the budget. So even though there's a few little nicky-lee things that are just a bit annoying for me, because I'd prefer not to have all the holes and highlight issues to customers afterwards to say this is how it should be, look at the instruction manual, this is how that one should be. I'd prefer just to build it, walk away. But I always tell them when I've deviated from the instructions. But that is the climbing frame, Dunster House, Squirrel Fort. Let us know if you need an install. www.climbingframeinstaller.co.uk. Thank you.